प्रथमं सद्गुरुं वन्दे श्रीकृष्णं तदनन्तरं गुरुः पापात्मनाः त्राता श्रीकृष्णस् त्वमलात्मना अहोवकीयं स्तनकालकूटं जिघांसया पाययदप्यसाध्वी लेभे गतिं धातृचितां ततोऽन्यं कं वा दयालुं शरणं व्रजेम। नमः कमलनाभाय नमः कमलमालिने नमः कमलपादाय नमस्ते कमलेक्षण यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तद्घं देवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। Dearest spiritual aspirants, seekers of divine love, divine bliss, dearest devotees of the Supreme Lord, the divine souls. First, let me say Radhe Radhe to each and everyone, and my pranam, my humblest prostrations to all of you. Today is the last day, the last session in our series of talks, Finding True Happiness. Just a gist of what we have heard so far. On the first day, it was discussed that before finding what is our aim in life, how to find true happiness, it was important for us to understand who we are. We found out that we are the soul Atma, and that this body that we identify with belongs to us. Whatever belongs to us cannot be us. Just as we say, my house, my motor car, but we never say, I am the house, I am the motor car. In the same way, my body is paining, my head is hurting, etc. So my body. So this body belongs to me. We identify with it, but we're not the body. This body is very important. There are 8.4 million forms of life in existence, and the human body has been told to be the most superior for two reasons. One, Gyan, knowledge, that is present in abundance in the human body, human form, and not the other creatures. And secondly, Purushart, fruit-bearing action. The celestial beings, the celestial gods, their knowledge is far, far superior to ours, but they cannot do Purushart. Their actions do not bear any fruits. This is why even those who live in heaven, we call devatas, celestial beings, they are also praying and begging for birth in the human form. So we are the soul Atma, Jivatma, Jiv, many names. The soul is told to be a fraction of God, eternal fraction. And it's a natural law that every part, every fraction has a natural love for the whole and wants to become one with it. All rivers naturally flow to the ocean, being a fraction of the ocean. All flames of fire naturally rises upwards, being a fraction of the sun. In the same way, we, the individual soul, Jiv, Jivatma, being an eternal fraction of God, Shri Krishna, naturally loves and wants only God. And who is God? Who is Shri Krishna? We found out in the Vedas and other scriptures that God is Anand, bliss, happiness. Whether we say happiness, Anand, bliss, or we say God, Shri Krishna, these are two names for one and the same entity. God is happiness, happiness is God. So, since it's natural for every part to have it's natural for every fraction, every part to have a natural love for the whole and want to become one with it, it means we all love and want only God, Shri Krishna, and because God is happiness, that's why we all want only happiness. Every action we perform, no matter how contradictory and opposing it may seem to be, is for one thing only. That is happiness, Sukh, Anand. Why have we not found even the tiniest drop of happiness? We, the soul, has been in existence from beginningless time. Just as God is called Aj, unborn, eternal, beginningless, the Jivatma, the individual soul, is also called Aj, unborn, eternal, beginningless. It means we have been searching for happiness from beginningless time. Yet, we have not found even the tiniest drop, even once, even in dream. And the reason for that was ignorance. We have forgotten who we are, that we are the soul, Atma. From beginningless time, we have identified with the body. And what was the reason for our ignorance? For having forgotten who we are? Something called Maya. We found out last night that Maya is not an illusion, as the Gyanis say, but a power that belongs to God, Shri Krishna. It is one of his main powers and is eternal and beginningless, just like God. We went into a big discussion. Now, the Vedas tell us Maya is the cause of all our problems. The reason we keep rotating in 8.4 million forms of life from beginningless time, Maya. It means we have to become free from Maya. The whole aim of life is to become free from Maya. And the Vedas tell us, Tameva viditva timitumeti nanya pantha vidyate yanai. Shvetashvatara Upanishad, chapter 3, verse 8. This Ved mantra is saying, only by knowing God, Shri Krishna, can the Jivatma, the individual soul, become free from Maya. There is no other way. So, we have to know God. As only by knowing God, attaining God, we'll attain true happiness, because He is happiness. So today we are going to find out how we're going to attain God. Before that, we'll chant the divine name of the Lord for a few minutes, and then we will begin the discussion. Bhajo Giridhar Govind Gopala, 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 oh Bhajo Giridhar Govind Gopala, 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 oh Bhajo Gopala, Bhajo Gopala, oh Bhajo Gopala, Bhajo Gopala, Bhajo Gopala, Bhajo Gopala, Bhajo Giridhar Govind Gopala, Bhajo Giridhar Govind Gopala, oh Bhajo Giridhar Govind Gopala, Bhajo Giridhar Govind Gopala, Bhajo Murali Manohar Nandlala, Bhajo Murali Govind Gopala, Bhajo Murali Manohar Nandlala, Bhajo Murali Manohar Nandlala, Bhajo Murali Manohar Nandlala, Bhajo Murali Manohar Nandlala, oh Bhajo Nandlala, Bhajo Nandlala, oh Bhajo Nandlala, Bhajo Nandlala, Bhajo Murali Manohar Nandlala, Bhajo Murali Manohar Nandlala, Bhajo Giridhar Govind Gopala, Bhajo Giridhar Manohar Nandlala, oh Bhajo Giridhar Govind Gopala, Bhajo Giridhar Govind Gopala, oh Bhajo Giridhar Govind Gopala, Bhajo Giridhar Govind Gopala, oh Bhajo Gopala, Bhajo Gopala, oh Bhajo Gopala, Bhajo Gopala, oh Bhajo Giridhar Govind Gopala, Bhajo Giridhar Govind Gopala, Bhajo Giridhar Govind Gopala, Bhajo Giridhar Govind Gopala, oh Bhajo Giridhar Govind Gopala, Bhajo Giridhar Govind भजो मुरली मनोहर नंदलाला भजो
मुरली मनोहर नंद लाला
ओ भजो नंदलाला
भजो नंद लाला
ओ भजो नंदलाला
भजो नंद लाला
भजो मुरली मनोहर नंदलाला भजो मुरली
मुरली मनोहर नंद लाला
भजो गिरिधर गोविंद गोपाला भजो गिरिधर
हरे गोविंद गोपाला
बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. Now let's try to be attentive and pay very close attention. So all the scriptures are telling us we have to know God. The only way we'll attain true eternal happiness, we never have to come back in the material world and suffer, is by knowing God, attaining God, Shri Krishna. How are we going to know God? The highest authority in Sanatana Dharma are called the Vedas. By Vedas, no books are meant. They were not delivered by some special messenger of God or some angel, as were the scriptures of our religion. The Vedas are called Apaurusheya. They don't have their origin in man. They are the eternal treasury of divine laws revealed by the Supreme Lord Himself. They are the very breath of the eternal. Nihaswasitamasya Vedaha. Jaki Sahaj Shwasa Shruti Chari. Just like someone takes a breath, God took a breath, and the Vedas appeared. So the Vedas are God personified, they're divine. Therefore, they are the highest authority. Let's see what the Vedas have to say about knowing God. Nayam atma pravachanena labhyo na medhaya na bahuna shrutena. Kathopanishad. First canto, second chapter, 23rd verse. The Vedas say, Nayam atma pravachanena labhyo. Pravachan means lecture. Like I am given lecture. Pravachan. By listening to lectures, if we try searching for God, we won't find Him. Even if uncountable saints, Mahapurush, were to come and start telling us about God and we try to search for Him, we won't find Him. Na medhaya. Medhaya means buddhi, intellect. Even if we were to be given the intelligence of uncountable Saraswatis and Brihaspatis, the authorities of knowledge, and we try searching for God, we won't find Him. Na bahuna shrutena. By hearing about God again and again, we will not be able to know Him, find Him. In fact, if God Himself were to come and start telling us about Himself, we will not know, find Him. Oh? If God were to come in front of us, surely we would realize Him, we would attain Him? No. God is sitting in our heart. He's pervaded in every pore of our body, in every particle of the universe. What benefit are we getting? Then you may say, okay, if God comes as Sri Ram, Sri Krishna, and stands in front of me, I'll be lost in bliss. No. Why? Go char jah lagi man jai, so sab maya janihu bhai. Every instrument we have in our possession, every instrument of perception. Sorry. Our senses, our mind, our intellect. They are all material, Mayic. And God is beyond Maya. In other words, we cannot perceive God, know God with our material senses, mind and intellect. जाकी रही भावना जैसी प्रभु मूर्ति देखी तिन तैसी. If we were to see God, how we are on the inside, in our heart, when we meet divine entities, we see them the same way like that, like us. If we are tamasic in nature, we meet a divine entity, God or a saint, he's very bad man, very bad. If we are rajasic in nature, we meet God or a saint, I know he likes money, power. And if we are sattvic in nature, we have high and noble thoughts, and we meet God or a saint, he's a good man. Acha hai. Better than me, but good, that's all. And God and the saints are beyond Maya. They're beyond Sattva Gun. How are we going to know? Chidanandamaya deha tumhari bigat vikar jani adhikari. Tulsidas Ji Maharaj, the great saint, is saying, just as God is divine, Chidanandamaya, his body is also divine. And to see divine body of God, we have to have divine eyes. Shri Krishna says in Gita, Avajananti mamurha manushim tanumashitam param bhavam ajananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. Chapter 9, verse 11, Gita. Shri Krishna is saying to Arjun, unaware of my divine nature, that I am God, ignorant human beings under the control of Maya, we people, we mistake him for an ordinary human being, just like ourselves, with all the defects and shortcomings. This is why the Vedas are saying, Nayamatma pravachanena labhyona medhayana bahuna shrutena. And we may think that we can know God by reading the scriptures, performing austerities, fasting, doing yagna, etc., then hear what Shri Krishna says in Gita. Naham vedayna tapasa na dane na chejaya. Chapter 11, verse 53, Gita. Shri Krishna, God is saying, no amount of study of the Vedas, no amount of austerities, tapasya, no amount of fasting, brat, dan, charity, yagna can help anyone know God, attain God. So, we have found out how God cannot be known. Let us find out how he can be known. The same Ved mantra I told you from Kathopanishad, the first line tells us how we cannot know God. The same Ved mantra, the second line says, Yame Vaisha Vinute Tinalabhyas Tasyaisha Atma Vivinute Tanugam Swam. Kathopanishad, first canto, second chapter, 23rd verse. The second line of the same Ved mantra is saying, God can be known, seen and attained only by those upon whom he showers his grace, his kripa, his prasad. So in order to know God, we have to attain the grace of God. Only when God will shower his grace upon us. We can be the most ignorant to the wisest Brihaspati. Tapa prabhava deva prasada cha ved. In other words, without God's grace, his prasad, his kripa, no one can know him. Bhagavad Mahapuran too says, Athapite deva padam bhujadvaya प्रसादलेशानुगृहीत एव हि जानाति तत्त्वं भगवन् महिम्नो न चान्य एकोऽपि चिरं विचिन्वन्. Bhagavad Mahapuran, 10th canto, 14th chapter, 29th verse. Brahma is saying to Sri Krishna, only by the blessings of God's grace can someone know God, see God, attain God. Otherwise, we may spend uncountable lifetimes listening and reading all the scriptures, listening to and reading all the Vedas, all the Shastra scriptures, and meditate on the meaning, but we'll attain nothing. Again, Vedavyas says, Shatshastra Veta Nigama Pravinas Tatha Gamavya Karnari Nishtha. A person may be proficient in all the Vedas and all the scriptures and have a thorough knowledge of them, and yet Bina Harer Bhagavata Prasadam Janati Ko Bhagavatantarartham. If that person does not attain the grace of God, if God doesn't shower His grace upon him, he cannot know God. In Gita also, Shri Krishna says to Arjun, Tat pasadar param shantim sthanam prapsasi shashvatam. Chapter 18, verse 62, Gita. Arjun, only when God will shower His grace upon you, His prasad, His grace, His kripa, you will be able to know Him, attain Him. You will attain supreme happiness, supreme peace, supreme love. The Ramayana too says, Soi janahi jehi dehu janai, janat tumhi hoy jai, tumhari hi kripa, tumhi raghunandan, janat bhagat ur chandan. In other words, only when God will shower His grace, His kripa, will we be able to know Him, attain Him. So everywhere, all the scriptures are telling us God can be seen, known and attained only by those upon whom He showers His grace, His kripa. Now how are we going to attain God's grace, His kripa? Again, the Vedas tell us, we go back to the Vedas. The Vedas, God Himself is saying, To dasyeva sharan amahasya Rigved. God Himself, He says, as I have said in the Vedas, only those who surrender to me will be able to attain my grace. First surrender to me, then I will shower my grace. Te tva mada indamadayantu shushminam tu viradhasam jaritro eka devata dayase Rigved. Again, God is saying, the moment you surrender to me completely with complete faith, I will remove the ocean of Maya and give you divine love, divine bliss, divine happiness forever. Bhagavan Krishna, God, says to Uddhav in Bhagavad Mahapuran, Mamekam sharana matmanam sarvadehinam yahi sarvatma bhavena yayasyahya kuto bhayah. Bhagavad Mahapuran, 11th canto, 12th chapter, 15th verse. God, Shri Krishna is saying, Uddhav, only if you surrender to me will I shower my grace upon you. Only then you will become free from Maya. Gita also says, Tameva sharanam gaccha सर्वभावेन भारत तत्प्रसादात् पराम शांतिम स्थानम प्राप्स्यसि शाश्वतम. Gita chapter 18 verse 62. Arjun, only ev tamev, only if you surrender to the Lord, only when you take shelter in God, you surrender to God, will He shower His grace upon you. Only then you will attain supreme happiness, supreme peace, divine love. Many places. Tadvirpranipatena pariprashnena sevaya Daivi hesha gunamai mama maya duratyaya mamevaye prapadyante maya metantarantite. Chapter 7 verse 14 Gita. We heard this verse when we discussed Maya last night. Shri Krishna is saying to Arjun, Maya is not an illusion, as the Gyanis say, but it is a divine power, Daivihisha. And he says, Mama Maya, it's a power that belongs to him. It is his power. Therefore, no one, no Gyani, Rishi, Muni, Yogi, no one can cross Maya by their own effort. How to become free from Maya? Mamev. The word ev means only. Mameva ye prapadyante. Shri Krishna, God is saying, only the one who completely surrenders to Him, to God. Then God will say to Maya, okay Maya, leave that one, they belong to me now. Only then Maya will go. When God tells Maya to go. It is His power. Ananya shintayanto mam ye janah parupasate tesham nitya bhyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Chapter 9 verse 22 Gita. Shri Krishna says, only those who worship me exclusively, and surrender themselves wholeheartedly unto me, God, to them I will bring attainment of what they do not have, and I will protect what they have. Man krama vachana chari chaturayi bhajatahi kripa karat raghurayi. The moment we give up all tricks and tactics and surrender to God, He will shower His grace upon us. In the Bible it says, God resisted the humble. God resisted the proud, but give it unto the humble. Submit therefore to God. Submit means surrender. Surrender to God. Humble yourselves under the mighty hands of God, so that He may exalt you in due time. Bible. So everywhere, we have been told how we are going to attain God's grace. We have to surrender to Him. Surrender. Submit to Him. Surrender to Him. But what does this surrender mean? And how to surrender? We will hear, we'll chant a little bit again, and then we'll hear about that. मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी मेरी राधा रानी
राधा रानी राधा रानी
ओ मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी
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 मेरी राधा रानी
राधे
मेरी राधा रानी
राधे
मेरी राधा रानी
राधे
मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी
मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी
ओ मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी मेरी राधा रानी
राधा रानी राधा रानी
मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी
मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी
ओ मेरी राधा रानी
ओ मेरी राधा रानी
ओ मेरी राधा रानी
ओ मेरी राधा रानी
मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी मेरी राधा
रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी
ओ मेरी राधा रानी
राधे
मेरी राधा रानी
राधे
मेरी राधा रानी
राधे
मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी
मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी
ओ मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी
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 ओ मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी
मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी
मेरी राधा रानी
मेरी राधा रानी
ओ मेरी राधा रानी
मेरी राधा रानी
मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी मेरी राधा
रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी
मेरी राधा रानी
राधे
मेरी राधा रानी
राधे
मेरी राधा रानी
राधे
मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी
मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी
ओ मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी मेरी राधा रानी
राधा रानी राधा रानी
मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी मेरी
राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी
ओ मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी मेरी
राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी
ओ मेरी राधा रानी
मेरी राधा रानी
ओ मेरी राधा रानी
मेरी राधा रानी
मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी मेरी
राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी
मेरी राधा रानी
राधे
मेरी राधा रानी
राधे
मेरी राधा रानी
राधे
मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी
मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी
ओ मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी
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 ओ मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी मेरी राधा
रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी
ओ मेरी राधा रानी मेरी
राधा रानी
ओ मेरी राधा रानी
मेरी राधा रानी
ओ मेरी राधा रानी
मेरी राधा रानी
ओ मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी मेरी
राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी
ओ मेरी राधा रानी
राधे
मेरी राधा रानी
राधे
मेरी राधा रानी
राधे
मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी
मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी
ओ मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी मेरी राधा रानी
राधा रानी राधा रानी
मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी मेरी
राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी
ओ मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी
मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी
ओ मेरी राधा रानी मेरी
राधा रानी
ओ मेरी राधा रानी
मेरी राधा रानी
ओ मेरी राधा रानी
मेरी राधा रानी
ओ मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी
मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी
ओ मेरी राधा रानी
राधे
मेरी राधा रानी
राधे
मेरी राधा रानी
राधे
मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी मेरी
राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी
ओ मेरी राधा रानी राधा रानी राधा रानी मेरी राधा रानी
राधा रानी राधा रानी
राधा रानी की जय. Okay, what is surrender? If the army of a country surrenders to the enemy, there's a war, so many wars in the world nowadays. And supposing the army of a country surrenders to the enemy, what does it mean? They can't do anything. If a businessman declares bankruptcy to the government, what does it mean? He can do nothing. This doing nothing means surrender. So surrender is another name for doing nothing. A newborn child can do nothing for himself or herself. And the mother does everything for the newborn child. Beds, clean, feed, everything. But as the child starts to grow up and start doing things for himself, the mother too starts lessening her responsibility in the same percentage. Until one day, the child does everything for himself. He gets up by himself, he goes to the bathroom, bathes himself, brush teeth, eat, go to school, and come back home by himself. And if one day the child is only 5 minutes late from school, the father comes home and the child is not come home as yet, and he asks the mother, "Where is Mark?" He's become a loafer now. Must be with his friends, etc. But that same Mark, that same child, when he was 5 years old and only 5 minutes late from school, both parents panicked. and ran off looking for him. Oh, I hope he didn't get into accident. I hope no one kidnapped him, etc. The point is, as long as we are the doer, as long as we have the ego, I am doing, God also does. But only the work of noting our thoughts and ideas, our actions, and rewarding or punishing us accordingly. But the moment we start surrendering to God, He too starts to shower His grace upon us in the same amount. We surrender 1%, He showers 1% grace. We surrender 10%, He showers 10% grace. 20%, 20% grace. 50%, 50% grace. 100%, complete surrender. Now God law comes into place. Aham tvam sarva pape bhyo moksheshami ma suchaha tesham nitya bhyuktanam yogakshemam bahamyaham. God now takes full responsibility on His shoulder for that devotee. Full responsibility. The devotee no longer does anything. God does everything for him like a newborn child. Take an example to understand. There is an epic in Hinduism known as Mahabharata. The Mahabharata. This has been made movies, shown on TV, etc. But it's a huge book called Mahabharata. And there's a war in there, and from that war, the Gita came, that Bhagavad Gita. Anyhow, in the Mahabharata, there was a woman by the name of Draupadi. Draupadi. She was the wife of the Pandavas. And she had laughed at Duryodhan one time. Such a city was built, and there seemed to be water, but it was a flaw, and Duryodhan stepped, thinking this to be water, and he fell. And Draupadi started laughing, and he felt very insulted. In his mind, he made up in his mind, one day I'm going to take revenge. So it so happened there was a game of dice, and the Pandavas lost. They lost everything, and they finally put their wife Draupadi also as a wager and lost her also. So now Duryodhan had full control of Draupadi. He told his brother Dushashan, go and bring Draupadi and make her naked in the sabha, in the whole court, in front of everyone. Dushashan went and held Draupadi by her hair and started to drag her into the court. He brought her into the court. He said, I'm going to make you naked right here in front of everyone. Now, Draupadi thought in her mind, when I have 5 husbands sitting here, what is the need for Bhagavan, for God? And each husband so powerful, both spiritually as well as physically, that no one in the world could hope to compete with them. If a woman has a husband who's a little bit powerful, has some power, you see when she walks, how she struts. You know who my husband is? So think about the condition of that woman who has 5 husbands. of the Kalaba I just mentioned. That no one in the world could compete with him. Draupadi thought in her mind, who does Dushashan think he is? Let him try to undress me. Bhimsen will break every teeth in his mouth. But when she looked towards Bhimsen, he put his head down, as he no longer had the right to defend her. They had lost her. Draupadi thought, no problem. Arjun, the holder of the Gandiv bow, Arjun will fix this Dushashan. But when she looked at Arjun, he also put his head down. One by one, every husband put their head down, as they no longer had the right to defend her. Draupadi now looked towards the elders in the court. Dhritarashtra, Bhishma Pitamaha, Dronacharya. But they also put their head down, as they didn't have the right to defend her. Draupadi is thinking in her mind, what the saints and scriptures say is true. Everyone is selfish by nature. Surrender is coming, but very slowly. Now, while this was happening, God, Shri Krishna, was in Dwarika, in his kingdom. And he was sitting for lunch. He was sitting to eat, and he was being served by his main queen, Rukmini. While he was eating, suddenly he took a morsel of food to put in his mouth, and he remained like this. He didn't swallow the food in the mouth, nor did he put the morsel in the hand down, nor did he put it in the mouth. He remained like this. Rukmini thought, oh my God, what happened? Maybe there is some stone or something in the rice, in the soup. Sometimes if you don't look carefully in the rice, in the lentil, there could be stone, etc. Maybe there's a stone or something. Somebody was careless. She said, my Lord, what happened? What happened? Shri Krishna said, Rukmini, one of my devotees in grave danger. Grave danger. So why don't you go and save the devotee, my Lord? Rukmini said. And Bhagwan Krishna replied, God replied and said, she has not completely surrendered to me as yet. Surrender has to be complete, 100%. Now, back in Hastinapur, where the incident was going on, Dushashan said, he now threatened Draupadi. Everybody in the court refused to help. He said, Draupadi, I am going to make you naked right here, right now. Draupadi decided to protect her honor by catching the edge of her sari between the teeth, like this. But Dushashan, who had the strength of 10,000 elephants, gave one jerk, out came the sari. Now Draupadi remembered, there was one to save her, her Lord Shri Krishna. Up went the hand. This was the moment of complete surrender. Hanath Dwarikavasin, O my Lord, who resides in Dwarika. I have no one but you alone. Complete surrender. She had given up hope in everyone and everything. Bhagwan took a special descension. Ambara Avatar. The descension of cloth. Ambara Avatar. He himself became her sari. Sari, like Indian women wear. He became the sari. And Dushashan kept pulling. And try as he might, he could not disrobe Draupadi. So for doing nothing, God is going to do everything for us. This is how merciful, how loving and kind He is. He says, you stop doing everything, and I will do everything for you. Stop talking. Chup. Let me be the talker. Let me be the performer of the action. A bird is followed by other birds and gets no peace as long as it holds a piece of flesh in the beak. Other birds follow and it gets no peace. But the moment it lets go of the piece of flesh, it is no longer followed and gets peace. In exactly the same way, Tavad bhayam dravinage hasruhin nimittam shokah spriha paribhavo vipulascha moha tavan mameta sarvagraha arti moolam yavan tenghima bhayam pravinita lokah. Bhagavad Mahapuran, 3rd canto, 9th chapter, 6th verse. As long as the individual soul doesn't surrender to God, doesn't seek shelter in God, he is subject to fear, greed, anger, stress, tension, and all other material diseases stemming from friends, family, worldly possessions, etc. But the moment he completely surrenders to God, Kshipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat chantim nigacchati. Gita, chapter 9, verse 31. There's not a moment's delay in attaining God's grace. Complete surrender. Okay. Now, what do we surrender? This is important to understand. As most people don't understand what surrender, what is surrender, what we have to surrender. Many so-called gurus, spiritual master, they say to their disciple, their followers, my child, when you go to sleep, just say this, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Ramarpanamasti, Krishnarpanamasti. In other words, the Lord is my sole refuge. I take shelter in Him. Just say that. But these are just words. Words. This is like the person who drinks alcohol all night. Sham ko khoob si pi, Sham ko khoob si pi, Subha ko toba kar li. Subha ko toba kar li. Rind ke rind rahe, रिंद के रिंद रहे, हाथ से जन्नत न गई, हाथ से जन्नत न गई. He drinks alcohol whole night. And in the morning he begs for forgiveness. Lord, forgive me. But no true feeling, just words. In this way, he doesn't commit any sin and he does not also prevent him from attaining, from going to God. This is just physical surrender. Words. Words have no importance to God. So, surrender is not to be done ceremoniously, physically, verbally. And how should we surrender? First of all, we have to understand who or what is the performer of our action. What is the performer? What does God note? Is it our hands that is the performer of the action? The feet, the eyes, the mouth, the nose, the ears? Are these the performer of the action? No. The Vedas give us the answer. The highest authority, the Vedas. The Vedas say, Man eva manushyanam karnam bandha mokshayoho. Brahma Bindu Upanishad, second mantra. Saktayani Upanishad, many Upanishad. This mantra comes. It also comes in Narad Puran, Narad Pacharatra, many scriptures. I'm going to say one word, translate this Ved mantra. Man means the mind. Ev, alone. Manushyanam, human beings, we people. Karanam is the cause, bandhan of bondage, moksha, liberation. The Ved mantra is saying, the mind alone is the cause of bondage as well as liberation. In other words, the mind alone is the performer of the action. God notes only our thoughts and ideas. The moment we think, God has taken note already. Not the physical action, where the mind is. All the responsibility lies with the mind. This is why the rishis and munis have taken hold of the mind. Bhagwan Krishna, God Shri Krishna, says to Arjuna in the Gita, Mai eva mana adhasva, mai buddhim niveshaya. Chapter 12, verse 8, Gita. Arjun, give your mind and intellect to me alone. This is surrender. In other words, when it comes to the scriptures, when it comes to God, when it comes to the Guru, the spiritual master, do not apply the mind and intellect. This is not something we can give and then take it back. We have to completely surrender the mind, the intellect. Just like when we went to school and we are learning English, the English language, and the teacher says, today we are going to spelling. So today we are going to learn how to spell knife. Knife. So first write K, then N, then I, then F, then E. K-N-I-F-E. Did anybody object and say, no, sir? Why you put in K? Knife? Why did you put K? No, we accepted 100%. And eventually, when we did that, we were able to graduate, go to university, get degree. If anybody objected, then you never learn anything. You remain illiterate. So we surrender the mind, the intellect. Teacher says, K is silent. Okay. We accept it. You are sick and you go to the doctor. Oh, doctor, so much pain in my body. My head is hurting, fever, pain. The doctor tests you and he says, he gives you a bottle of medicine and he says, take 1 drop of this medicine. 1 drop, egg boond, 1 drop in water 3 times a day. You say, doctor, 1 drop? Look how big my body is, man. What is 1 drop going to do? Give me the whole bottle, let me drink it 1 time. So I'll get better really fast. The doctor will say, nurse, take him to the mental asylum. First we have to cure him mentally, then we can cure him physically. So, let's understand. So God is noting only our thoughts and ideas and rewarding or punishing us accordingly. If we surrender the mind to God and we do our duty in the world, we do all the action in the world, it could be wrong, right, whatever, but our mind is attached to God. Since God is noting where our mind is only, will get divine fruits. We will not get the rewards of the action, the physical action, whether they are right or wrong. Because God is noting only where our mind is. This is called Karma Yoga. This is the true meaning of Karma Yoga. This is the whole teaching of the Gita. One verse, one line in the Gita. You want to know what's in Gita? Don't read the whole Gita. I'm going to tell you one verse of the Gita, one line. And that's the whole Gita. The essence of the Gita. Shri Krishna says to Arjun, Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mamanusmara yuddha cha. Chapter 8, verse 7, Gita. Arjun, Tasmat sarveshu, at all place, har jagah. Kaleshu, at all time, har samay. Mamanusmara. Smaran means remember. Keep me in your heart. Remember me. Attach your heart to me, your mind to me. O yuddhacha, you are kshatri. Your duty is to fight the war. Do your duty. So the heart attached to God, our mind, our heart attached to God, that is bhakti. Loving God. And performing our duty in the world, karma. So bhakti plus karma, that is called karma yoga. Mayeva mana adhasva, may buddhim niveshaya, may arpitamano buddhir, mame vaivasya sanshaya. Listen again. May arpitamano buddhir, mame vaivasya sanshaya. The second line of the same verse. The first line, Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mamanusmara yuddha cha. The second line, Mayyar pitamano buddhir mame vaivasya sanshaya. Chapter 8, verse 7, Gita. So in the first line, Arjun, at all place, all time, attach your heart to me, your mind to me. Remember me at all time and do your duty. You are kshatri, your duty is to fight the war. Duty plus bhakti, karma yoga. If your mind and intellect, the second line, Mayyar pitamano buddhir mame vaivasya sanshaya. If your mind and intellect is attached to me like that, Arjun, you will certainly come to me. There is no doubt. This is the whole Gita. Learning to attach our heart, our mind to God while performing our duty in the world. Don't give up duty. We have to live in the world. Gita teaches us how to live in the world. Do your duty. Duty of wife, duty of husband, duty of child, duty of parent. Perform your duty in the world. Don't neglect your duty. But at the same time, remembering God, Shri Krishna. We have to practice that. It's not going to happen just like that. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. Chapter 6, verse 35. Constant practice. We have to do practice. We have to practice. The mind is not going to just surrender like that. We have to practice. So, we have to do bhakti. Only bhakti. Remember I told you, Shri Krishna is saying in the Gita, how he cannot be known, how he cannot be attained. He says, Naham vedai na tapasa, na dane na che jaya. Chapter 11, verse 53, Gita. Arjun, not by the study of the Vedas, the scriptures, nor through tapasya, austerities, nor through dan, charity, nor through fasting, nor through yagna, sacrificial worship can anyone attain me. He makes it clear. And then in the next verse he says, chapter 11 verse 54. 11:53 he says how he cannot be known, how he cannot be attained. And then in chapter 11 verse 54 he says, Bhaktya tvananyaya shakya ahamevam vidhorjuna gyatum drashtum tatvena praveshtum cha parantapaha. Chapter 11 verse 54 Gita. Arjun, whether one wants to know me, attain my divine knowledge, gyatum. Whether one wants to see my divine form, to see me, drashtum. Whether he wants to merge into me, attain moksha, liberation, praveshtuncha. Whatever you want to do, attain spiritually, one thing only, bhaktya tvananyaya, ananya bhakti, exclusive bhakti, exclusive love to God, to Sri Krishna. Surrender means to love. Bhakti means surrender. A devotee surrenders. Jnani doesn't surrender. Yogi doesn't surrender. Karmi doesn't surrender. A devotee surrenders. So we have to do bhakti. We have to do the part of devotion. We have to learn to attach our heart, our mind to God, and do your duty in the world. No problem. So, in order to attain God, we have to attain His grace, His kripa. And how we are going to attain the grace of God? We have to surrender to Him. We have to attach our heart to Him, our mind to Him. And there's a lot more to know, how to practice, how to do that. That we will hear some other time. For today, I will end the discourse here at this point. Boli Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai, Radha Rani ki jai, Siyavar Ramchandra ki jai, Srimad Sadguru Sarkar ki jai. Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe.